Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the monthly reading vlog. I am so excited to have you guys back. I'm so excited to be back for this vlog. This is one of my favorite things that I do on my channel. So glad that I have been doing it because I feel like this is the one video each month where I get to really be open and honest with you guys about my life and like what's going on. I feel like for most of my other types of vlog style videos, it's more about the books. And like, sure, this one's about the books too, but I feel like I get to show more of my everyday life, and that's fun to me. I like being open with you guys and sharing myself and my cats and, you know, all the good stuff. Since last month, a lot has changed. I now have a new job, which I could not be more excited about. If you didn't know, this channel was largely a result of me not liking my job and needing an outlet for my passion. And it's still going to be that for sure, but knowing that my actual day-to-day life now can be more exciting and fulfilling and less stressful is just so awesome. And I know that the content that I'm going to be creating is going to be more full of like life and excitement, and I'm just excited to share it all with you guys. I'm not saying I'm going to share my job with you, but I just think I can share more of myself and more of my emotions now that most of my emotions from now on should be a lot more happy. So anyway, that was a long rant. I'm sorry. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing this month. I mean, it's a weekend, but for this month we're reading Born Darkly by, or is it Born Madly? I think it's Born Madly by Trisha Wolfe. I am so excited to read this. I'm also really excited about my guest host, Haley. She's going to be joining me for the live show, but this book is about a psychiatrist falling in love with her patient, and her patient's a serial killer. So I'm really excited to read this. It seems perfect for spooky season. I've been reading a ton of like lighthearted romances since Spookathon was over, but I'm really excited to get back into something spooky, but still like in my wheelhouse, you know, romance. I also have some other things that I want to get done because one book's just simply not enough, you know, and I didn't really have any other ideas when I was thinking about the actual reads for the book club, but I knew I would throw some other stuff in here. I knew it was just going to be one book. So what I'm going to be reading is the Sunstone Volume 1. I checked this out on Hoopla and I just keep forgetting to read it, but it's a sexy sapphic graphic novel. I'm pretty sure there's BDSM, so should be exciting. I don't know. I'll let you guys know how that one goes. Also, I'm going to be talking about the first book in this series in my Kindle Unlimited recent reads video that I'm doing at the very end of this month, but I'm going to be reading the second book in the Ice Planet Barbarians series. Yes, I fell for some blue alien dudes, okay? I didn't mean to. I didn't mean for it to turn out like this. Do you want to say hi? He says no. Let me go. The world building was good, you know? The smut was pretty good too. I listened to it on audio, and the audiobook only ended up being like 2 hours for me because I listened on 3 times speed. And so I figured that might be good while I like clean up my house this weekend to listen to, and if I just don't want to read something physically. Awesome. Hoping the sequel is as good as the first one. There's like 10 books in this fucking series. That's something we're gonna do this weekend. And then lastly, I talk about the first book in this series in a video that I'm gonna keep talking about shit I'm putting out later, but you know, I'm putting out a taste test video, and I read the first book in this series for that video, and holy shit, I think me and this person have a lot of shit in common taste-wise, because this is the first book that I read on their recommendation, and I'm just blown away by how much I enjoyed it. But I should just tell you what it is. The first book was Junkie, the second book is Rev, and they're both by Cambria Hebert. It is a male-male romance, at least the first 2 books in the series are. I know the rest are kind of a mix of male, female, you know, whatever. But oh my god, friends to lovers, you guys. Really gets me every time. There's bed sharing, there's unrequited love, pine, oh my, it's everything that I wanted. And I have really taken a break from male-male romance because I don't want it to be fetishy, and like I don't want that in my life. But this book was just so fucking good, and I don't think it was fetishy personally. I ate that shit up and I really enjoyed it, and I have to read the sequel. There was a fucking cliffhanger. No one told me that the sequel was going to be a sequel and not just like a standalone in the series. That's rude, but also I want to read it, and I read the first book in a couple of hours. I think I'll be able to read this one in a couple of hours, and I'll want to read it in a couple of hours because it's just that damn good. So those are the 4 things that I'm trying to get accomplished this weekend. We have a lot of shit planned reading wise. I don't have anything really planned life wise. My sister might come over this weekend, but other than that, not a lot planned. It's just gonna be me around the house getting cozy with my cats. I'm gonna change into like sweats, and I'm gonna read whatever the fuck I feel like reading tonight. I don't know what my plan is, but I'll let you guys know once I decide. Happy Saturday. So it is 3 o'clock. This always seems to happen when I vlog. I always forget to vlog on Friday. Not even forget, I just don't do it because I just want to be free, you know? Like you come home from work and you're like, I'm not feeling it today. And then Saturday I sleep in and read in bed and eat in bed and pretty much do everything in bed. Like I don't get out of bed until 3 o'clock. I have gotten some things accomplished reading wise, so I thought I would update you guys on kind of where I'm at. I am gonna go and shop with my sister. That's what we decided we're gonna do. I don't know if she's spending the night or not yet, but regardless, it's gonna be fun. I really need some cold weather clothing. I don't have a ton besides like my palmetto sweatshirt, which is making a triumphant return after a season apart, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. Let's talk about what I've read. So I just finished Barbarian Alien by whoever the fuck this book is by. It was not great. It was not my favorite. I really enjoyed the first one, and I think the first one took me by surprise because I liked the world building, and I liked, honestly, it was kind of a slow burn romance. I mean, sort of insta lust, but they didn't automatically I don't really know how to like get into that one. But the sequel I didn't enjoy because I didn't like the female character. I didn't think that the alien was as charming as the one in the first book, so I don't know if I'm going to continue on with the series. I think the first one was like a fun novelty thing, but this just isn't something that I really need to carry on with. I would recommend the first one though, so if you want to try something new, I was gonna say if you're into aliens, I would give this one a go. And then I also got 25% into #Rev by Cambria Hebert. That is the sequel to the male romance that I read for a different video. I'm liking it. It's good. It's a little bit repetitive. At the end of the last book, they had gotten together and then were thinking about breaking up because of homophobia that they have been facing, and that's a very valid concern for sure, but their sort of will they won't they at the beginning of this book was a little bit irritating to read. I was like, okay, well, you already know that you guys love each other and it's clear that you're going to be together, so it feels unnecessary and drawn out. That being said, a lot of people have given this book even higher ratings than the first one because they like the way that they handle their relationship in terms of like facing their families together and facing the outside world together. So I'll be interested to see where this goes. I'm just not sure how much more I'm going to be reading in that book for this video, mostly because I really want to read Sunstone Volume 1 and I really need to get started on Born Darkly. I'm never gonna remember the name of this damn book, but this one right here. I think I'll probably get started on that one in the car. I may or may not vlog us shopping. I don't know how exciting that's gonna be, but if I get anything cool, I'll definitely show you guys. We'll update you guys, I guess, whenever I get farther or start Born Darkly. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are doing good. I am doing very well. Ended up going shopping in the outlets with my sister, which are like an hour away, so I feel like I didn't have a ton of time to film, but I did read on the way there and back, so I am about 40% into Born Darkly by Trisha Wolfe. But first, I thought I would like show you guys very quickly what I got from the outlets because I think the color scheme is really going to throw you guys off. I think it's so different than anything I've ever purchased before, so I'm gonna briefly show you what I bought. It's a white turtleneck sweater. I know we're just shocked and surprised that I would buy a neutral. To really add to the surprise, I also bought another cream sweater with black on it. So again, you know, I'm trying something new this season. I'm doing something just different and zesty. Also, I bought this sweater which matches with my header on my YouTube channel, not on purpose, but I was just like, you know what? Let's try something different. Like let's really go outside of our comfort zone here. Let's surprise the people. I also got this really wild black and white skirt and an even crazier neutral colored sweater wrap thing. So I know we're all really shocked. I just, you know, new year, new me, new season, new me. I really thought, you know, why color when I can do neutrals? Because, you know, I was wearing so much color before. On a more serious note, let's talk about Born Darkly because it's interesting. I think I had no idea what to expect going into a book about a psychiatrist falling for a serial killer patient. So basically, he has been accused of murder. I don't think he's been convicted yet. He is in prison and he gets to go to her private practice to get psychiatric evaluation. I don't know if this is common practice. Someone please let me know if you know anything about the criminal justice system, but I just assumed that a psychiatrist would go to the prison to do this stuff. But apparently, I mean, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know. Basically, the psychiatrist ends up low-key falling for the serial killer because she has a dark past of her own. And I was like, okay, how dark can your past really be? What'd you do? Did you cheat or lie or like steal someone's boyfriend? No, she fucking killed someone. I don't know if it was deserved or not. We haven't really gotten there yet, but we're about to go to trial and she is a psychiatrist and part of her evaluation, like part of the exchange basically is that she evaluates criminals in exchange for, I guess, testimony at their trials, which kind of doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like a fair trade to me, but it's fine, whatever, semantics. But yeah, that's what's about to happen. She is about to tell all of her evaluations to a court, and that's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious to see what she says. They have had slightly sexual encounters before, and it's very interesting the way this author is able to make me want these two people to be together, even though, I don't want to say crazy, but like, he's a serial killer, you know? He's got issues. It's interesting how not romantic and sexy the things that he does are, and yet somehow you're kind of rooting for it to happen again. So I don't know. I'm impressed with this author's ability to write. Do I know if I want these characters to be together? Kind of. Kind of want him to get off, and I want them to go all Bonnie and Clyde and like go kill people together. I think that would be my ideal. I don't think that's gonna happen, but like a girl can only hope. I have no idea what to expect of this one. This is just a wild ride all around, but it's only 1:30, so I think I'll have enough time to read both that and Sunstone. I think I'm gonna start on Sunstone now, so that way I have something more exciting to kind of update you guys on. So yeah, I'm gonna go read Sunstone, and I will probably update you guys, hopefully from a more exciting location than this when I start. New setup, obviously. I am 85 pages into Sunstone, and I'm enjoying it. Like, it's pretty good. The sex scenes are fade to black, which I think other people have mentioned in their reviews. I know Chelsea for sure mentioned that, so that was good to know going into it. That being said, if you get squirmy seeing people's naked bodies or bondage gear, like, this definitely isn't for you, because it is a BDSM female-female romance graphic novel series, so that's something to be aware of. But I'm liking it. I think it's well written. It's definitely a more conversational writing style, and I think that makes sense given the subject matter. I think it's a good contrast. I feel like having it be too serious would be a little bit weird. Like, it's told from both women's point of view, and I'm liking how sweet it is. They're basically looking back in hindsight on the development of their relationship over time, so it's pretty cute seeing them talk about each other and like, oh, well, you know, this happened, and at the time I was thinking this, and now I think this. It's very conversational, and the actual language use is very casual, so I'm liking it. I think it's really sweet. I didn't think I would be saying about a BDSM graphic novel, but I am enjoying it quite a bit. I think my plan now is to eat lunch, resume reading Sunstone, and then finish Born Darkly. It is Born Darkly. I have it right in front of me, so I can tell you. I know the title this time. Okay, so I finished Sunstone book 1. I gave it 3 stars. I don't think that I would recommend this. I don't think it was bad. I think the art style was gorgeous. I think the writing for the majority of it was really good, but my issue was that after the first couple of volumes, there was a lot of extra characters thrown in and a lot of backstory thrown in that I just didn't care about. I didn't pick this up primarily for smut because I did hear that it was going to be fade to black, but I didn't expect the story to go where it went. I didn't expect there to be so many side characters, and I just ended up ultimately not caring, which I don't know. I guess I just expected it to be a little bit more simplistic, so I guess hats off to the author for making it a more complex story, but it's just not something that I personally cared a whole lot about. I'm a little bit farther into Born Darkly though. I don't know, I just don't know where things are going. We finally got the reveal on London's backstory and the details into that, and let me tell you, wild fucking ride. I don't know where things are gonna go from here. I don't know how this trial is gonna go, and I will say, this is something that I did notice. I think a couple of the reviews that I read for this book were that it's a little bit insta-lovey, but I think it actually kind of works in this instance because he's behind bars, so it's like, what sort of slow burn can there really be? And then also, he is someone who has psychopathic tendencies, right? Like, he doesn't experience human emotion like everybody else, so for him to be obsessed very quickly with someone, and very quickly, I mean, he was obsessed with London before the book even started. He knew that his goal was to try to become her patient. His obsession makes a lot of sense, and her interest in him when her own father was sort of fucked up makes sense, so I'm liking it. I think this is very cleverly written, but I don't know how this is gonna work out because even if he gets off, I don't think they're just gonna let him walk free. He did kill 4 people, so I don't know. Okay, so I finished Born Darkly. I don't even know what to say. I ended up giving it 4 stars because it sincerely surprised me the places that this book went. I really wanted to understand how they were going to get out of a prison situation, how he was going to avoid a death sentence, how she was going to be, I don't know, and do I want to spoil anything? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to spoil anything for you guys. I will say, I think this is an excellent book for people who really like thrillers. I don't know that I would call this a romance. There is one sex scene, but it wasn't overly graphic in my opinion. And there is a sexual undertone to the book, but I think it really plays into the psychopathy his psychopathic tendencies, I mean, the sexual component fit in with that, and it made sense why London would be so compelled to help him and get tangled in his web. I think we know from other killers that this is something that is a tactic used, you know, like sexual attraction can get you into seriously bad situations, and I think that that was really proved in this book. So I'm trying to think of any other way that I can talk about this without spoiling it, but basically the ending was a super great cliffhanger, and it just went places that I didn't think that it was gonna go. So I'm thoroughly impressed with this book. I think if you like dark romance, you should temper your expectations, because this really wasn't a romance, and there really wasn't that much in terms of sexiness. I mean, like I said, there's a sex scene, there is a sexual undercurrent, but it didn't feel romantic in any sense. I will probably go into spoilery details in the live show tonight, which I'm really excited about. Haley has been texting me and we've just been kind of talking about our thoughts. So for this vlog, I'm pretty happy with the amount that I've read. I read 3.5 books. I gave this one 4 stars. I gave Sunstone 3 stars. I didn't rate Ice Planet Barbarians because that's just pure smut. I don't really rate those. If I had to, probably 2 stars. I'm still reading #Rev. I'm really liking it. I'll probably continue on with that one tonight and tomorrow. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progress I made. Sorry this vlog wasn't more exciting. I know that at the beginning I was like, I'm in a good mood, I have a good job, like my vlogs are gonna be so great, and they will in the future, probably, I don't know. But I just obviously had a lot more going on this weekend than I had anticipated. Hope you guys don't mind too much. I feel like update you guys on all the books that I read, and I'm excited for next month's monthly. I have no idea, honestly, what I'm going to put as the nominations for next month, but hopefully you guys will help me pick those out either in the comments down below or in the live show, because I don't know what smutty books I want to read in November. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully I will see you guys in the live tonight. I love you guys so much, and until next time.